Hello and welcome back. So at this point, what we want to do is create the user account so that we can move on to the admin section. So the interface, considering this template, doesn't come with a user account. So we're just going to cheat a little bit here. And I saw something in the other theme. So this is the theme folder for the admin section, the -gum free website. So the link is in the description in case you don't already have it. So it's inside this folder that we have -gum and then theme, and then there we go. So this is the folder that we want, the theme folder right here. So let me copy that folder, and then I will go to our main folder, inside app, inside views, inside eShop. So views, eShop, which is the theme, and then I will paste in here. Okay, but the thing is, I don't want to mix the admin files with the normal files. So what I will do is I will rename this to admin, very original name. And of course, we have our assets here, which are linked to these files. So as usual, the assets are CSS and so on, and the icons and so on. So let me cut this out of here and go to the public, because these are supposed to live in the assets public. And we want to use the same theme, which is eShop. But in here, I will paste, and instead of assets, I will say admin. So the folder structure is entirely up to you, admin, and then there we go. Okay, so pretty straightforward if you ask me. So now what we want is the interface here. Let me go back to actually -gum, where I have it saved here on file. So I want to load the HTML file. Let me just go back here and try to load the HTML file so that we see what we are up against. So there we go. Alrighty, so this is the dashboard here. I've just opened the HTML file directly from my Drive D folder. This is not part of this, so I just want us to use this as reference. So there are a few things here we can use. As you can see, they've put a lot of stuff here depending on what you want to do. So what I would recommend is you make a copy of this so that you still have this original one, and then because we're going to delete a lot of these things, then we might figure that we want something from the original version, so we should be able to copy and paste them. So it's got all this stuff that we need. So a few things that we will need here, probably maybe something like this for the dashboard, or this. We'll need some graphs, of course. And what I really want now is this top user right here. I want to use this as the profile system here, as a profile page. So I just want this very thing here, just that one thing. So what I will do here is, okay, but before we do that, let's make sure that we have linked our admin section properly. So to do this, I will put admin at the very end here to see if things are going to work out fine. Admin. Okay, so /admin doesn't take us to the admin page, of course, because we don't have a controller with that name. So let's create one. So I think I can do this in the Sublime text. So let's come back here to controllers. Let's get the home controller, copy that, and let's create a new controller and hit paste in here. And then we're going to call this one admin. Awesomeness. So let's save this as the admin.php controller. Okay, so we have the index page here. We don't need any of this stuff here at this point. So, but actually maybe we do. because I want us to check for the login, whether we are logged in or not. That should be important. Okay. And then the page title should be admin, of course. Now, this is the important part because that's the reference to the page that we want. So at this point, if I go to my app, views, eShop, and I go to admin, there's the index page. Now, the index is .html, so let me rename this. Now, like I said, if you want here, you can copy and paste this, duplicate this so that you have a spare version to work with. So maybe let's do that for good practice. Let me copy this. And then what I will do is the second one will be index.php. So you can delete these in the end once you are no longer using them. Now, the reason I'm copying is because obviously we're going to delete a lot of things here, but we'll need a reference copy. So there's index.php there, which is good. Now take note of the file path. So this one ends where the theme ends. So that's inside views eShop. So we should put admin at the beginning before we do the index. So let's see, admin/index. That should solve the problem. So if I refresh now, I should go to the admin page. And there we go. We are at the admin page. Goody, goody, goody. Now, the only issue is, of course, our assets are no longer assigned here. So let's fix that real quick. So to fix this, guys, let's open the same index.php page. There we go. So title -gum, but let's use our eShop like so. Free bootstrap template. No, we don't need that. We want what we actually need to echo here is the data website title. Is it? Let me come back here. Page title. That's the one right there. So copy that, come back here, and we will say equals page title. There we go. We get that out of the way. So now what we're looking for here is a way to, that's actually assets like this. So let me find everywhere where it says assets and a bracket like that, and I should change that to admin. Actually to assets, and then assets and theme, is it? Let's go to core and config. Okay, so there's theme there, which is eShop. So public, assets, eShop, and then admin. Okay, so we've replaced assets with admin, so let's do that here. There we go. So I will select everything here with assets and just Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D, so that we replace everything. Ooh, that's quite a number of things. Okay, so pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is press the left, or just press the back space to delete, and then I will put my PHP tags equals, and then I will say assets, because that's the folder we're looking for, and then concatenate that with theme dot no, actually we don't need the dot there. We need to close the tags and then put admin /. Let's save that before we remove our cursors. Let's just give it a shot. Let's see if it's gonna load, and there we go. It's loading pretty well. Awesomeness. So we have our admin section now. If we move out of here, we are here, and then we have admin there. Very nice. So goodie. Instead of typing this at the beginning here, we should have a link below here. So let me come back here. We should have a link somewhere here that takes us to the admin section. So let's go to the footer and do that. Now you could be wondering and saying, why would we put a link to our admin section? That could lead to people trying to log in and stuff. But there's a workaround here. What we're going to do is go to the eShop DB. Too many DBs in here. Okay, so right here where it says rank, this one is customer, right? So let's edit this one because we need a default user here, and we're going to rank this as admin. So the link will only show if the person that has logged in is an admin. Okay, so that should solve our problem. So let's come down here to the footer. That should be inside views, eShop, and footer. So it's really up to you which of these you want to add that there. So let's see, service, maybe here at service, just at the very end. Where is that? Let's use the find feature, that's why it's there. Frequently asked questions. So here, right here, we're just going to say admin. Now, of course, we will put an if statement here and say, because we are sure that there is data, actually, we are not sure of that, are we? Let's come back to, okay, let me just put an if statement here. Wait. There's user data, user data, user data. Okay, good. So we're going to check the user data here. We're going to say PHP if, let's put an if statement, full colon, close that up, and then do the same thing here, PHP, and if, semicolon, close that up. So this should only show if everything was good. So the question here will be, oh, I removed that. Anyway, it's not a problem since everything worked. User data, that's where our user data is. So again, to say if is set, it's always good to check if something is set first to avoid errors. If is set user data, and so let's put an and statement here, and user data rank, like so. Actually, because the thing returns an object, we have to use the arrow. So rank is equal to admin. If it's equal to admin, then we're going to echo this. And then right in here, we will put our absolute path that's equal to root, like so. Close that, and then say admin. Okay, so that will be the link to the admin section. So let's come back here and refresh. And I am not seeing this. That's because it's telling me, which means user isn't set. Okay, so you see, if somebody is not logged in, they don't see the admin section. So let's log in, shall we? So there we log in. I don't actually remember the credentials here, and surprise, surprise. Oh, doesn't look like I have one here. Login. What's happening? Let's see. Okay, wrong email and password, so which means I did type the correct things, password. And then it takes me here. Okay, so let's come down here and see if anything has worked. And it has not. So what's really going on here? All right, so let's come to the header and see what is it looking for. So it's saying if is set user data. So that means user data is not set. very curious. So let's go to home page and just make sure that we have user data here that is set. User data is equal to, so I just want to print readable there just to make sure that that things are fine. So undefined variable data. On line 14. Wow, so yeah, it's not actually working here. So let's try this. Check login. Okay, so for some reason we are not being logged in here, so let's do some troubleshooting a little bit. So this one, user check login, is inside the user model. So let's come here, get that. So let's come back here to the, actually right here I can check if the session, what's inside the session here. So let's do that like that, because then we can really know if we're logged in or not. So okay, so all this data is from my other, okay, so very good. So we are actually logged in, so there's just something wrong here going on. Okay, so for a moment here, check login. So let's go to user class. I think this is where the problem is. So login is right here. So it seems it worked up to there and we were redirected properly to the home page. So it did actually work. So, oh, I guess that's why it's a problem. Let's check login, copy that. Let's find this function. There we go. So check login, select all from users where user URL, select all from users where. Okay, so it seems the query is not working here. So let me do this. Let's die over there while we troubleshoot. Okay, so it means we are getting to this point, which is pretty good. Then result here. So I just need to check the result. Print readable result. Oh, wrong thing. Result. So let's see what result we are getting. Okay, so it is actually giving us the data that we want. Rank admin, good. So where is the problem? So if it's array, return that. So print, let's do that inside here. Nothing has changed, so it's working. And then let's go to the home page here. So maybe the user class is not actually being loaded. So let's do a quick var dump here of the user class just to be assured that the class actually works. Okay, so user class, and it's actually working. So if it's array user data, let me move this very thing and paste it in here. So this is a matter of checking where we're trying to figure out where the problem is happening. So it seems it's not going into this part, because once I try to do this, I'm not getting a result. So is array, so this is not an array. Now the reason why this is not an array, I've just remembered now, is because at this point we're telling it to return just a single value. Excuse me. Now this returns an array of objects, Now, since we are returning just a single value here, it's an object and not an array. So this was my bad. So this whole time the issue was here. So instead of array, we're just going to ask it, is this an object or not? And that should solve all our problems. So let me copy this because I had copied it to another admin thingy here. So let's paste that one there. Is object. Good. Okay, so moment of truth, and there we go. So I'm logged in now and I should be able to see the admin, and I still don't see the admin, but at the top here I can see that I am actually logged in. So let me refresh a little bit, and still there. Okay, so I think the issue again is the same issue of, let me come down here, the same issue of classes versus arrays. So where is that section here? Let me say services, service, there we go. This is the one right there. Okay, so that one there, and rank is equal to admin. So if is set, which it is, and rank is equal to admin. Is it rank or what? What is the, okay, it is rank. All right, so let me remove one if statement here. Save that so that we get to the root of the matter. And still we have that issue. So is this the correct footer? It is. I would know by just putting a syntax error here and seeing if it, yeah, so the error is there, so we're in the right place. Okay, so what could be the issue here is in the index page. Let me go to the index page. It's possible that when we are sending the data to the footer, we are not including the data variable, and that's actually exactly what it is. So make sure that data variable is there to avoid these headaches. So refresh, and there we go. Now we have admin. So if I click on there, we come to our admin area. So here at the admin area, I should add somewhere where I can click to go back to the website itself. Okay, so far so good. A bit tedious going back and forth here figuring out the errors, but it's important that you see that process just in case you have errors of your own. You can know exactly how to go about troubleshooting. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.